INC Vlogs back again.
You're gonna hit me?
I might. We're riding the streets of Antioch.
Yup.
Yeah.
Sick.
So today, it's my last ride on my bike before I put the parts on. So we're gonna go there now, probably hit a couple spots. We're gonna have fun, even though there's still snow. I think it's supposed to clear up in a couple weeks though, so yeah, that's maybe, good.
Maybe.
Alright, so like I said, we're gonna come back to it. Unfortunately, they put some sort of weird Amazon thing there that I don't really like. Except the guy's closed. So he would have been able to do it if there's not some stupid blue box Amazon thing.
Don't show them.
But there is. I might. Alright, so we got the chest strap set up. There's what?
Pure ice.
Pure ice?
Yeah.
On God. I'll still hit it. For real.
Going up you too.
No, but there's literally ice everywhere right now. It's so annoying. Guys, we're finally at a spot that's not iced over, so I'm gonna hit that. They're gonna go wherever they're going. I'll meet them there. Oh, felt good. All right, we gotta hit that one more time from a different angle. Oh, whew. I absolutely just cased the back wheel. Hey.
Hey!
Remember the day that we all rode our bikes or scooters or whatever we had to the McDonald's and you tried the Travis Patty?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Alright, so I saw some and I thought, hey, it's gonna be good vlog content, so. Go! So now we're home, and like I said, we're going to be installing the bike parts. And I know originally I said I was going to wait until the spring, but the sooner I get these bike parts on, the more I'll get to ride with them on and get used to them. So let's take those out to the garage and work on the bike. So we're now in the garage. Oh yeah, peep the scooter. Because I totally haven't already practiced a little bit with my 180 tail whips and bar spins. You know what? Why not show you guys that real quick? Alright, so let's see. Where do we start off with? Only thing I could really land right now is a 180, but I'll just show you. That was kind of... Here, I'm trying to show you a bar spin and how I've been practicing them. I've been practicing them by just lifting up and throwing the bars, but I don't really have that done either. Nor do I have the tail whip down. I have the motion, I just can't get the landing. So let me show you guys my 180 real quick. It's not that hard, but the hardest part is doing the fakie out of it. So let's give that one more shot. Close, but not quite. Alright guys, so first things first, I'm just gonna give it a quick wipe down, make sure everything is decently clean. Now, my normal way of doing this is I just put a hole in the top of a water bottle, and then whatever needs to be cleaned, I spray it down and wipe it. It doesn't necessarily get everything off, but usually it gets off what I need to get off of it. So there's a couple other spots I know of that I need to get to on here, but they are on the top, so that's what I'm gonna work with right now. And I'll make sure to give it a really good clean once I get some of my Source BMX stickers on there. But let's get to it. Alright, so first things first, when you're installing a new bottom bracket or just taking an old one out, you have to get your crank arms off and everything that pretty much surrounds your bottom bracket. So I'm gonna get a time lapse of that real quick. Okay, so I am struggling to get the crank arms off, therefore that means I'm going to have to use a different tool than what I'm using, which would be an incorrect tool, but it's what I'm going to have to do. So, change of plans, I didn't actually need to use an improper tool, simply because of the fact that I almost forgot we had WD-40, so I sprayed some WD-40 in there. I hope it comes loose, so now we just have to wait a bit until it does come loose. So I'm sure the WD-40 helped with it, but I came up with this contraption since in my toolkit it came with this screwdriver, but I realized that the tip of the screwdriver had like the Allen wrench type of thing at the end with the hex shape, so I decided I would put the Allen wrench in there. It gave me a lot more leverage and it worked, so yeah, now I just gotta get the rest of this off. Let's do the time lapse. Okay, so we may or may not have ran into a problem, because I'm pretty sure to get these off you need to get the end cap off, except I don't think I have any Allen wrenches that fit that end cap. So I'm gonna have to look for them, and if I can't find any, then I might be screwed. So I called my grandma and asked her if my grandpa by chance had Allen keys that would fit that, which most likely he does, but I'm still waiting for those. So for the time that I'm waiting, I'll install the brake line and the new bars, because if I still can't get the crank arms off, I'm still not going to be able to get the new sprocket on or the bottom bracket. So I will put on the new bars and brake line for now. Time that I work, anything that is from like here up in the front or on the back wheel, I'll put it in the bike stand, because it holds the bike for me and makes it easier to work. So first things first, we need to know what needs to come off. First things first, I'm just gonna take my straps off of here. Just put it somewhere where I will remember it. Take this off. Come on, there we go. Put that somewhere where I will remember it. And now, our main part, we need to get the brake handle off to put it on the new bars and to be able to do the brakes, but to do that, we need to get the grips off of here, so let's do a time lapse of me getting that off. I know I don't usually use WD-40 on anything with my handlebars or grips, but that's only when I'm taking them off that I will use WD-40, because it's easier and it makes it slippery. Because either way, once I use that WD-40 to get it off, I clean the handlebars off and then use a different method to get it on. Okay, so I got the brake thing off. Now, normally I would not do this, but I got a whole new brake line because of the fact that this one was broken. It's already completely shot. And you know what? I'll even show you, just so that no one gets mad. Look at that. that right there is the reason I got a new brake line. So now, let's just cut that thing. Alright, so I got it all apart. I did have to make a couple cuts, but I got the dead brake line here. I got all the parts that I need to get it through, yada yada yada. But before we put the new brake line on, we gotta get the new bars on. There's a lot you guys ended up not really seeing because my camera died, but I got the bars on. They look pretty good. I got the brake line on. I'm gonna need to zip tie this or something somewhere because I can't have this rubbing against the tire while I'm riding because it was too long, but I'll find a way to fix that. I got it all through here, and since this was still a little bit loose because this part is starting to fall apart here, I zip tied it right there so that it was nice and stiff so that when I crank it, it will stop when I need it to. But now I'm going to show you guys the way that I learned to put grips on. And after that, I'm gonna work on the bottom bracket and sprocket. Alright guys, so the way that I learned to put on grips is using zip ties. Because you don't need to use WD-40, water, none of that stuff. But the way that you do it is, let me just take this thing off of the zip ties real quick. You take a hair tie, rubber band, anything like elastic that'll just go around the bar, and you want to put zip ties around the bar, and then you want to slide the grips onto the zip ties so that the grips will just slide on with the zip ties. Once you get the zip ties on, it all just goes on real easy. I really like it, so let's get those on right now. I almost forgot, since I haven't done this in so long, you actually have to put the zip ties on with the rubber band or hair tie or whatever you use, otherwise it's going to be really hard to get it in there. Alright, so now that we have that, we want to make sure that we can spread our zip ties equally throughout the bars. Once we get that, we grab one of our grips and we just want to make sure that on the end of the zip ties, and usually also, I almost forgot to tell you guys, you want to slide your zip ties like almost all the way to the end, and then you want to make sure your grip goes on there real nice. Slide it until you see the other end of the zip ties sticking out. And then again, make sure they're spread out equally, otherwise this will not work. And once you have that, just slide your grip on. And that is the easiest way to put on grips. Now let's just do it to the other side. I'll get that off camera since it takes a while, and now that I have that on, final step, putting your end caps in. That's the one part that you gotta put a little force into, but now that we have everything on the bars we need completely done, let's move to the bottom bracket and sprocket, and that's all we'll need to do. Okay, so I want to say thank you to my grandpa for getting the Allen keys that I needed to do this. Let's take the tag off first. Let's see, where is it? First one I chose is the right one. Let's get this thing loose. So I finally got my way through that. I got the crank arms off. I made sure I did everything properly. So now it's just down to getting the bottom bracket out, put the new one in, and then pretty much get the sprocket on, and that's all we have to do. So I'm gonna get the bottom bracket out. I can't really get all of it on video because it takes a bit, but I will see you guys when I'm done. Alright guys, so it's currently 9:32 p.m. I was never able to get the bottom bracket out, but I did get the crank arms and everything off, so that's good. But I'm going to bed, so I'm just gonna have to make a part 2 of this tomorrow. INC vlogs out.